What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today on Flake Garage, I have Brian here with me. We're gonna be doing a small 3-month update on the LED headlights that we had installed. We had some people ask us to please review them after using them for a while, see if we found any issues with them or anything that we noticed that would probably be a good thing to point out to you guys in case you guys are thinking about buying a set and you haven't done so yet. So we're gonna show you the lights, show you the stuff that we noticed that my cause concern or something, and then just how they've been. So let's do it. All right, guys, so here you can see the lights are still installed on the truck, and the only thing that's different on them right now is that Brian added the PPF film, is the paint protection film, to them, just to help with any rock chips and stuff like that that might be happening on the road. So that's the only thing that's different from out of the box, basically, and they've been pretty good so far. So one thing that we want to mention that we notice is that, for example, if you hook them up and then you turn your blinker on, we'll show you here in a second. As you can see, only the first light kind of blinks really fast and goes away. The bottom one obviously is blinking like regular. And the reason why is apparently if you don't have your DRLs, this does not do the sequential. So that's normal, that happens. Brian's gonna turn on the DRLs real quick. So now, if you turn on the turn signal on it, it's fully sequential. So there's nothing to worry about that. If you guys see them just blinking quick like that, that is normal. That's how the headlight it's supposed to work. I guess it's tied into the DRL for it to do the sequentials, and when you have your lights on, obviously it's gonna work just right. So if you see that happening, don't worry about it. Nothing is wrong with your headlight. That's just how it's working, I guess, on the back end of it. But basically, that is the only thing that we noticed that looks a little weird. And on the second thing to keep in mind as well, so far we haven't had any issues with condensation in here on either headlight. They're both just fine. But we did have one of our buddies, shout out to Tariff from the Philippines. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you for watching over there. But he ended up buying a set of them, and unfortunately he got condensation almost right away. I think he had them installed and they lasted maybe 2-3 days, and he started noticing some condensation on the top part of it. So that is one thing to keep in mind. I would recommend you guys, if you do get them, try to do a leak test on it. Basically try to take the back of the headlight, the plug that's in there, and then blow some air through it with a air compressor preferably, and then notice if any air is coming out anywhere along the edge. That's going to be the easiest way for you to find out if you have any leaks, if you do start getting some condensation in there. He opened them up and closed them up again, make sure they were all sealed, and he hasn't had a problem since after doing that. But that is one thing to keep in mind. We can't control that, unfortunately. We don't have no way of knowing if the headlights is going to have condensation or not. So just keep that in mind and be aware of that. If you're going to get a pair, you might have that happen to yours. I guess you can always try to return them, or like I said, just do the fix that we just told you about. All right, guys, and that's mainly the two problems that I guess we noticed so far. The major problem being the condensation one, but outside of that, the headlights have been working good. They're bright like they've always been. Brian did say that the high beams, more than anything, seem to just amplify the light and go a little bit higher than what the normal light goes. So you're not getting that much brighter compared to the low beams because they're already pretty bright. So there's one thing also to keep in mind. You might not like that if you want to actually be a lot brighter light when you put the high beams. So you might want to look into a different set of headlights. But outside of that, they've been pretty good. I mean, Brian, what do you think?
I give it a 10 out of 10 on the headlights. I really like them. Like I said before in the older video, they're a lot brighter than my original ones that I had. And I'm pretty content with the product that I bought.
So like we said, they've been working great so far. The only thing that we would say was just watch out for condensation. If you see that blinking with the turn signal, that is not an issue. That is something that's how the headlights work. But obviously it doesn't affect anything else. And then if you are looking for something that's a lot brighter when you put your high beams, you might want to look into a different option for headlights. But if you like the way these are, they're very bright. They obviously illuminate a lot better than the stock ones. you should be fine. So that's our 3-month review. They've been Brian has had them for 3 months now, and they've been working great. We hope they're gonna last a lot longer. We can do maybe a quick Instagram check-in on them at the 6-month mark, see where we are. But so far, like Brian said, he's been very happy with the purchase. They've been working great. So I think it's worth it. I think if you're looking to upgrade your OEM headlights to something that's a little bit brighter, a little bit better, this is a good option to go with. So that's really all we have for today, guys. This is a quick video. We're getting pretty close to 1,000. If not, we might already pass 1,000 by the time this video's out. So thank you so much, you guys, for the support. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Later.